Hello, welcome to my studio. Yes, it's a bit cluttered visually. Some people would think this is super tidy, and there's a contingency that would think, oh my God, that's just chaos. I think the graphic on the floor makes it look messier than it actually is, so you need to pay attention to that. So here I am. I have finally come back to my space, and I'm reconfiguring everything. I am not done by any stretch. But here's a quick tour. My, modern sound system, aka 1980s, 70s, I'm not even sure. Oh, look, I like mid-century modern. It has killer sound. I love that stereo. If the vacuum tubes ever die, yes, Google vacuum tubes, just kidding. So here's some other inspiration. Miss Piggy just won't leave me no matter how many times I try to sell her. And they have a really awesome. And again, here we've got something from the 80s that has that mid-century modern feel. Whoops, focus. I'm wobbly, I guess. So I've got some clear space here. I've got my modern Kenmore sewing machine, super noisy, super plastic. I've got my vintage machine here. It works awesome, nice, quiet, very smooth. My Cricut, I'm hoping to add some final elements to some of my failed pours. My chair that I'm super proud of, I got it at an auction for 30 bucks. Best chair ever. Got my little trash can, and that's my textile area, sort of. Got my drying racks. Got my antiquities from some World Heritage site by something. Anyways, doesn't matter. My pouring space. And what I've done, which you might find kind of handy, is you take a roll of paper, you flip it off the back, kind of like at the doctor's office, and then you pull it over. Of course, if the roll's heavy, you're probably going to need to tape the front end. So then you can just pull it and use another roll when it gets too nasty to use. There are some canvases I need to paint upon. One thing I didn't show you over here, or I didn't tell you about, those are plastic panels I'll be pouring on. The wooden things you see there are my attempts at floating frames for my canvases, because the pours really look best in a floater frame. However, they're really expensive, from $17 up. I have yet to find anything under $17, and I didn't even order it. So I'm going to be learning how to make float frames so that I can frame my canvas. And actually I'm thinking about transitioning to the acrylic scrap, because those I can frame in a regular frame. It looks cleaner, it's flatter to the wall, and people like art framed. They don't dig the poured canvas just hanging out. They want to see it framed, and outside a float frame, what the heck do you frame it with? Tell me if you've got a great way to frame those buggers. So here's my tripod. Again, you'll notice a theme here, maybe, if you can see it. It's a mid-century tripod from the 60s. I was born in the 60s, so shh, don't tell. I kind of like 60s stuff, and I like antiquities. Here, sorry for that, is my little hippy dippy fountain. I'll have my coffee and tea station here soon, and some of my chemicals. There's a bulb cabinet I turned into a paint station, a paint storage. On the inside, I painted the inside. I took all the frames out, or all the screens out, and replaced them with this stuff. That's rain gutter stuff, liner for the... Anyways, then I put pretty paper, and then I put nice trim, and painted the entire outside. Changed out the hardware for the knobs, but left the original hardware. I like to keep it sort of vintage. Another thing I like to semi-collect is old locks. So there you go. That's kind of a little intro into my little world, and everything is a-okay, although I couldn't have that in my office. We won't go there. Some of you will figure that one out quickly. Have a great day. Thank you for dropping by. Come paint with me. Come try something new. Other than that, just rock this life.